Hi, it's Dreyer and welcome to the Financial Freedom Challenge, where our mission is to help you to create, to grow, to protect and to enjoy your wealth. And today I'd like to talk to you about skills mastery. Because as a wealth creator, if you want to become financially free and you do not master certain skills, it's going to be impossible. And basically, if you really break it down, the only skill that you need to master, and that can be in either business or in terms of your investment, is to make sure that you get the process right to get an investment growth rate that is going to be higher than your financial freedom growth rate. And that's all. So the moment that you know how to do it, then you can sit back, apply that skill and make sure that you retire or be financially free in a very, very, very short time. But that's not where the fun is going to be. The fun is going to be to do it better, to do it faster, and to do it bigger. And for that reason, I believe that we can all speed up this wealth creation process. In other words, to become financially free and to have the 4 levels of freedom where you can actually live your purpose freedom. Now, one of the things that I've got in terms of my purpose, I'm a teacher and therefore I teach. So I'd like to learn a lot of new skills simply so that I can understand it and then that I can help other people, because I know what sufferings I had to go through in order to learn this skill, and therefore I find out and I'm looking for a shortcut to make it simple and to put it across so that other people can understand it. And luckily for me, I'm 60, so the internet to me is really a challenge to a certain extent, because it's not something that is natural to me, and therefore I have to learn it. Now, let me give you a tip when we talk in terms of mastering skills. What I see that what most people do is they try something. In other words, they try to learn a certain skill, or they learn the skill, but then the skill does not work or does not give them the results that they want. And then they hop on to another skill and they think that this is going to, and then that skill is not working, and then they move on to another skill. And by doing that, you are doing the same thing over and over without really getting results. So the way that I do stuff is basically I'm looking at the easiest skill that I need to master in order to exchange that and start seeing the results. We've talked about the results. So I want to see the results, and the results must be measurable, and the results must be orientated towards achieving a higher financial investment growth rate so I can beat my financial freedom growth rate. That is basically the way that I see it. And once I've got a basic, and irrespective of what skill it is, now I start adding more and more skills to it. So whenever I learn a skill, I'm going to use that to the existing skill sets that I've already got. So I'm literally going to stack it so that it can improve that I've got. And for that reason, the results will be a lot quicker, a lot faster. And that is literally how you're going to go through the 7 levels in terms of your business or your investment in order to become financially free. Yesterday, as an example, I wanted to know how to do live streaming, but where I've got a lot more control in terms of the live streams. So Facebook has got a very, very easy platform. You simply press a button and you start to speak and you're live. But it does not give you the flexibility that I need, where at some point I want to show my, maybe a PowerPoint presentation, or I want to show my computer, because that's how I teach. I show people actually what I'm doing and how I'm doing. But I'm sitting with exactly the same thing, where I find or think that YouTube will present a far better opportunity from a learning experience. Facebook is more a social experience, and YouTube more a channel to actually teach. And I'm sitting there with the same problem. So some time ago, I started looking at ways to do it, and I got to different programs, and there's a free program called OBS. Now, it's free, and I started looking at it and watch some YouTube videos, and to a certain extent I could get it right, but I could not get it right because I could not see the results and I could not do a presentation, and things did not work out the way that I thought it would work out. But I was not really committed because there were too many other things on my mind. But yesterday I sat down and I decided, okay, but in terms of this 2 cent challenge, what I'm planning to do is to really educate, and to be able to educate, the quickest way to educate is to actually show people what's going on in my screen, as well as doing that live, so that if there's a question that I can immediately react to that. In other words, a lot more responsive and quicker to do it. But unfortunately, we're sitting in South Africa, and in South Africa, the delay, with Facebook, normal Facebook, no problem, it's quick, I can see what's going on. But the moment that I use this program to have more functionality, the delay is too big. On YouTube, I'm sitting with almost a 30 seconds delay, and on Facebook, almost a 20 seconds delay. And that is simply too long. But at least I could get it right. Okay, so I enroll in a course to take me through, because I find that a lot of people, and myself, what I do is I quickly watch 1 or 2 YouTube videos, but if there's a dysfunctional problem, if there's something that you don't get, you can watch as many Facebook and YouTube videos as you want. You're not going to get it. You're not going to get that skill because the basis is not there. And the quickest way is then to enlist in a course, or get a mentor in order to be able to do that. And that's exactly what I did yesterday. And I said, okay, I'm going to sit there, even if it's a whole day, I'm going to learn this thing, and I'm going to master this thing. And it took me about 3-4 hours to go through the whole course. And by the end of the course, I could basically be live by using this program with this functionality. Of course, I had to learn, and I'm still figuring it out, but I think I've got 80 to 90% of it I'm getting, and I could get the results that I wanted. But because of the time, lack in time, in other words, that 20 seconds delay, I'm not sure that I'll be able to use it the way that I wanted to use it here in South Africa. But then I thought, but with this tool that I've got, why can't I make a pre-recording and then play it as if it's live? Because part of what I've learned is that you can literally put a video or media or almost image, anything you can put into this program, and then simply by pressing an up and or down button or moving between different scenes, you can instantly have it. And I thought, but maybe this can help. And I tried it, and it works perfect. So it's actually a pre-recording that I'm doing, but it's as if it's live, okay? And the reason why I want to do it is simply because in Facebook, they give more credits, so to speak, to a video that is live than one that you upload. So they actually want you to be live on and interact with people. And that may be a solution, because now what I can do is simply play it and interact with the people as they start asking questions, or as they start commenting, make comments on in terms of what I did. But then immediately another door opened, because I've got another program that I've used, and in terms of Facebook, it's in terms of the manager. And this little bot that I've also got for quite some time. And I thought, but why can't I combine the two to get a far better results? And this is exactly what I'm going to start doing in order to build this 2 cent. So I'm going to use 2 skills that I've got. I'm going to do a third one in terms of innovation, and it's not an innovation because other people have done it before, so I'm not the first person that has done it, but I'm going to put it together in order to build a database, in order to teach people how to turn the 2 cents into a couple of millions. And that is what I want you to do. In other words, in terms of skills, remember, be careful not to jump from skill to skill. That way you're not moving upwards in terms of the levels. When you start with a skill, see what skills do you have and what skills can enhance and improve on that skill that you've got. And make sure that you'll be able to measure the results. I've already, yesterday, I started measuring it. I got the results that I wanted. I then deleted from my page. But I've got the results, and I got the results very, very quickly. So now I know that the moment that I launch, that I can scale this up and that I can build my database in this new venture that I plan to go in, where I'm still learning the skills and the trade of the game, and that is cryptocurrencies. but I'm sure that I'll be able to get 1,000 people within a week, and out of the 1,000 people, I'll be able to help some of those people by using this, let's call it a skill the basic skill that I've learned. Of course, that last 20% is where the trick is going to be, but now that I know how to do it, it's not going to be that difficult to move on. Right, and I think that is what I wanted to tell you today is, if you want to become a wealth creator and you want to become financially free, then you need to learn skills that's going to help you to become financially free. You know, it's good to play a guitar, but you don't want to make money out of that, and that is not going to help you to become financially free. I'm not talking about those skills. Those skills are recreational skills, and it's perfect and it's good for but in order to improve your investment growth rate, you need to start adding these skills on top of one another in order to get the results that you want. So what's your challenge for today? It's very simple. Identify a skill, any skill, that can help you to get the investment growth rate that's going to be bigger than your financial freedom growth rate, and then take the first step in order to do it. Like in myself, I started watching YouTube videos to get the hang of it, and then I could see I'm still missing something. I've watched 2 or 3 little videos, and then I said, okay, let me enroll in a course. And I enrolled in the course. I paid with PayPal. I had the course immediately, and 4 hours later, I started seeing the results. And I think that is how you're going to master it. And then make sure that you're going to learn, that it will be something additional that's going to enhance, make it better, make it faster, and improve your IGR, your investment growth rate, so that you can get to where you want to be as soon and as quickly as possible. So in closing, always remember that in order to create financial freedom, you must make sure that today is going to be a perfect day, and that simply means that there will never be a day in your life that's not going to require you to know exactly what it is to get an investment growth rate higher than your financial freedom growth rate, so that you can retire. And of course, you must know why. Why do you want to be financially free? And that means that you have to take full responsibility. You have to learn it. You can't depend on someone else. If I've depended on someone else, it would take me like a week or 2 before I could get the things done that I wanted to get done. It's not to say that I'm not going to pass that off. I'm going to pass that off to Lara and Vincent. At the moment, the office is in a break. We only open next year, the 15th of January. So, but in the meantime, I can carry on, and by the time that part of my the reason why I'm here is to teach. So I'm immediately going to teach Vincent and Lara and show them what I want, and then they can take it from there onwards if we want to scale and make it bigger. And then also in terms of Facebook, I've already instructed Vincent with that little program to master that, and then to start teaching other people. But I think we can literally take it to another level the moment that I am catching on and that I put my little inputs in that. Now, this simply means that it's going to take time and effort, and that's the reason why you need to measure the results, because I want to convert the time and effort and the mindsets and everything that I need to put into it into something where I can actually measure it, because otherwise I'm busy wasting my time. And that simply means that we have to take massive action, consistently doing that needs to be done, because that's the only way that we're going to get the results that we want. Because each and every action that we're going to take today is going to help us to either move one step closer to or one step away from achieving our goal. And therefore, if you want to guarantee yourself financial freedom, I challenge you to learn the skills, and learn the skills in the right order. Because I think that you know by now that in order to become financially free, it's actually very simple. You need to get the right information in the right order for the level of the game that you're at, and then you have to do it. And that is how we acquire skills, and that's how we improve the skills that we've got, by stacking skills on top of one another. And that is the challenge that I propose to you. Okay, so if you see this little video anywhere else than on my blog or maybe on my YouTube, then please make sure that you subscribe to my blog, blog.hannesdreyer.com, for more tips and strategies on financial freedom and becoming a wealth creator. And then regarding my health rate challenge, my heart rate challenge more specifically, I've done what I'm supposed to do. Today is day 90, believe it or not. Tomorrow's going to be the last day, and then I'm going to do something else. And maybe you can tell me what's the next challenge. I'm going to take a challenge on in January, and that is the 2 cents challenge, where I'm going to invest 100% or mainly in cryptocurrencies, and I want to turn this into at least $1 billion, and then I want to take it up into millions and maybe even in dollars. And here in South Africa, I think the challenge is a little bit bigger than in America. In order to get 2 cents, which is a fraction of a penny in America, and to get that into even $100,000 or $1 million. But I think that it is possible, and maybe that's going to be a challenge. But what else do you want me to talk about and teach you and give you feedback on? Right, the 2 cent challenge, I'm still busy, I'm preparing, that's why I'm learning new skills in order to make sure that when we start, that I've got almost like an unfair advantage. I've got a little formula. The formula is very simple. From the moment that I've got an idea in my mind, it's 60 days in order to develop something, a prototype, 30 days to test this prototype, and if I'm getting more than 1,000% growth on it, where all systems is working and it's a go, I've already made quite a lot more than 1,000%, but I'm preparing for January, so I'm looking at the blueprints and how I can use this in order to show people through practical application on the cryptocurrencies and how to minimize risk, because the way that I'm going to position myself is to make sure that there will be absolutely no risk, even if that whole market does not work out, by simply using the Blizzard strategy as part of the wealth creators strategy, the Blizzard technique, in order to get it done. So if you think that this video can help you and others, please share that, and then I'm going to see you tomorrow. Tomorrow is going to be the last day, so I think what I'm going to do tomorrow is basically give you feedback in terms of what has happened over the last 91 days. Right, see you then tomorrow.